All right, time to talk weather on a Saturday night. How we doing? Carson Meredith with you. It's 7:15. It's the last night of February, and there is a lot to discuss over the next 10 days and beyond. We'll start off lightly with some showers moving through tonight. I'll show you radar, and then we'll talk about Monday's wintry mix, which, yes, is still there. But quite honestly, the bigger issue, I think, is going to be the rain and a lot of it that we have in store for the first really 2 weeks of March. So yeah, I hope you got outside and enjoyed the sun today, because we will not have a lot of it for quite some time. Not any sun anymore. Sun's gone down. Live look at downtown from our SkyTrack camera. The clouds have filled in through the afternoon, and there are a few showers out there, not a ton, but we'll look at them. 63, our current temperature. It's a very warm evening. No doubt about that. We got up to 68 earlier today here in Louisville, which is 16 above average. I think we're usually at 52. So, yeah, way above that mark today. All right, here's radar. We got a few showers rolling in. It's not a big deal. I just want to mention it in case you're out and about tonight and you see raindrops and you're like, wait a minute, was that in the forecast? Yes, it was after sunset. But even then, I mean, it's not a ton. I'll zoom in on it. See a few light showers across southern Indiana, mainly right along Highway 150 or just north of Highway 150, Salem into Washington County, near Borden and Clark County. See more showers on the Scott Jefferson County line in Indiana. A few sprinkles up near Seymour. And even a few sprinkles here in the city. Let's look at those. Right on the Jefferson-Oldham County line. So if you're watching this up near Prospect, Pewee Valley, Springhurst, out by the Ford plant, just a quick little dose of showers, no big deal. And that's going to be the story for much of the night. We're going to carry that 20 to 30% chance, for a few showers throughout the evening. There'll be light showers, quite honestly, more than anything. They'll just be sprinkles because there's still a lot of dry air in the atmosphere. So you guys know the drill. You got this kind of dry air in place. Raindrops come out of the clouds. A lot of them don't make it to the ground. So that's why the rain chances are low this evening. But if you have any plans tonight, maybe just keep the umbrella with you. Leave it in the car just in case you need it as you're out and about. No big deal. You note these showers off to our west. See how quickly they fade away when you switch radars? So the Louisville radars at Fort Knox, remember, radar beams go in a straight line, and unlike what the conspiracy theorists think, the Earth does curve. It's not flat. So the further and further you get away from a radar, the higher up in the sky it's looking. So all those showers you see to our west that Fort Knox is picking up, those raindrops are coming out of the clouds, but they're not making it to the ground. And you can tell when you move to a closer radar, like the one out in Evansville, or really Vincennes, and you see a lot of those showers that were there from Fort Knox aren't there from Evansville. So there's your little radar lesson on a Saturday night. All right, here's Futurecast. It's overdoing the shower coverage, but you get the idea. There's going to at least be a few raindrops flying around through this evening and overnight tonight. And this is thanks to a cold front moving through. So tomorrow is going to be quite a bit colder than what we had today. And there will likely be more clouds throughout the day tomorrow also. But I think by the time you wake up tomorrow morning, you're watching us on sunrise Sunday morning, there might still be 1 or 2 sprinkles further south. Not a big deal. I mean, none of this is a big deal over the next 12 hours. But we're looking pretty dry during the day on Sunday. May even have a little bit of sun to start things off before some higher clouds move back in. So that's the story for tonight. No big deal. Just wanted to mention it before we move on to the big ticket items. Let's start with Monday, okay? There really hasn't been a huge change in our thinking. This is a very, I'm trying to think of the words to describe this. It's a very interesting system. We'll call it that. There is going to be that risk still for a wintry mix along and north of I-64 Monday morning. General timing 2 to 10 a.m. So obviously that is the worst possible timing that you can have. However, we'll be watching that closely in the northern half of our area. Some light accumulations are possible. Okay, what do you mean when you say light accumulations? My gut feeling is maybe up to a ½ inch in a few spots. And that would mainly be on grassy and elevated surfaces. And that ½ inch accumulation, or up to a ½ inch, would cover all the precip types. It would cover any snow you see. It would cover any sleet you might see. It would even cover a little chance for a freezing rain. But I would not stress about that too much, and let's explain why. Yes, there could be a few slick spots that develop Monday morning in that winter mix zone. However, those temperatures, those air temperatures Monday morning will be near freezing. Maybe just below, but many of you will be just barely above freezing, like 32, 33, 34. So you may be seeing snowflakes, you may be seeing sleet pellets, you may even hear freezing rain. But with those ground temperatures as warm as they are also, most roadways that are actually dug into the ground will stay wet. So I do not foresee at this moment major road issues Monday morning. Will it be a messy Monday morning commute? You bet. But mainly we're looking at just wet roads with a few slick spots on bridges and overpasses, which, as you guys know, get colder faster in these types of setups. So when you look at the precip chances as a whole, the pink bars are the wintry mix potential. And the start time of this system is all over the place. I mean, there's some forecast models that don't have a thing until after sunrise Monday morning, which I just don't buy. But there's also some models that want us to start seeing a mix as early as 10 or 11 tomorrow night. I'm not sold on that either. I think it'll be somewhere in the middle between about 2, 3, 4 a.m. We'll see that precipitation move in. That coverage will ramp up as the morning goes on to a 70% chance around 7, 8, 9 o'clock. And then by 10 a.m., all of us should go back above the freezing mark solidly. So by that point, any precip that we have for the rest of the day will mainly just be rain, plain rain, and nothing more than that. So let's go through futurecast. This is the NAM model, the North American Mesoscale model. I don't use this a ton on air or here on the stream, but I think it's the best middle ground we got with how this is all going to play out. So here's 2 o'clock Monday morning. Temperatures at this point, by and large, will still be above freezing, 35, 36, 37. So we'll likely start off with plain rain, maybe a little mix already trying to happen in southern Indiana. Maybe, but it would not be much. As we go through the morning, those of you along and north of I-64 will start to cool down to near the freezing mark, 31, 32, 33. That's where the wintry mix potential comes into play. Basically, in this zone, I'm highlighting right here. So Bedford, Paoli, Salem, Scottsburg, Madison, Seymour, Carrollton, Bedford, Kentucky, maybe even as far south as LaGrange, maybe down here towards the metro. We'll see. But it's that northern zone where we're going to have really a back and forth, a constant back and forth for a couple of hours of plain rain, of freezing rain, of snow, of sleet. It's truly a wintry mix that we're going to be tracking for a few hours Monday morning. Further south, across Kentucky, E-Town, Bardstown, Litchfield, Mumfordville, Campbellsville, so on and so forth. You all do not have to worry about a wintry mix. My confidence is pretty high that those of you further south along the Kentucky parkways and points south are just going to see rain Monday morning, all day Monday. But when it comes to any winter weather concern, you don't have any. So you're good to go further south Monday morning. It's north of you in this zone where we got to watch. So here's 6 a.m. Monday morning. That mix is occurring, especially across southern Indiana. Now, here's the one thing that might cause trouble. And this is very, very similar to what we had back on Thursday. If the precipitation is coming down at a heavy enough clip, it can overcome that warm ground and accumulate on roads. And there have been some models that have suggested that. I think a lot of them, though, are exaggerating that potential impact by a lot. That's why I said I'm using this model tonight, because it's a good middle ground, in my opinion. So if this wintry mix is coming down heavy enough Monday morning, then yeah, some roads certainly could get covered, especially your neighborhood roads, with a quick coating to maybe half-inch of a mix. But if that precipitation is more just kind of steady, it's not heavy, most roadways should just stay wet, because you're not going to have dynamic cooling taking place where those temperatures get pulled down because of how heavy the precipitation is, right? So again, this is all in all, in my view, at this time, a minor concern when it comes to road issues Monday morning. I think those of you up near Seymour, Salem, Bedford, Paoli, Madison may get a little accumulation in the front yard or on the top of the car or on the roof of the house. And there might be a couple slick spots on a bridge or an overpass here or there. Given how warm the ground is and how warm it's still going to be, I just think a lot of roads will be wet. I do. If you're going to have any slick spots Monday morning, it would be on bridges and overpasses primarily. And again, this is mainly for those of you north of 64. So here's 64 right here. If you live north of it, this is where we may have some minor issues Monday morning. So here's 6 a.m., 9 a.m., still that mix risk north, mix risk. Say that 10 times fast. It tries to bring that mix even further south as the morning goes on. It's possible, but I really think it's the northern half of the area we got to watch through about 10 a.m. For that mix potential. So there's 9. And then we get past 10 a.m. We go into Monday afternoon. It's all a cold rain for everybody for the rest of the day. So the window to see any slick roads is narrow Monday morning. It's just that it's happening on a Monday morning when everybody's trying to get to work or school. So I'm holding off on an alert day decision for now. If we look over more data over the next 12 hours and we start to see that there might be more accumulations, if we see that things are trending colder than where they are right now, like we might get more below freezing than we thought, then we may have to put up a short alert day just to say, hey, there may actually be a few more slick spots north of 64 on Monday. I hope that made sense. I hope I didn't bore you all to death with that. I know Facebook's acting up again with my live stream tonight, so the comments are quiet. But if you are here, if you can comment, let me know if that made sense. I hope it did. Monday afternoon, we mentioned it's just a cold rain, and that really sets the stage for a messy, messy setup ahead. We are going to see numerous rounds of rain this upcoming week. Not just this upcoming week, really through the first half of March. But let's just focus on next week. Tuesday through next Saturday, every single day has got a rain chance. Every single one. 40 to 60% chance. every single day. Is it going to rain every single second, every single day? No, there will be breaks. But obviously, when you get these rain chances one after another, after another, after another, it's going to add up. So I do think there will be some flooding concerns that develop late next week into next weekend. I guarantee you by this time next Saturday night when you guys are watching, I'm going to be talking about some rivers starting to run a little high, especially in Indiana. That seems to be, for now, where the heaviest axis of rain is shaping up. Obviously, the roads are going to stay wet. It's going to slow down your drives from time to time, especially when we have those heavy rain and thunderstorm concerns. So here's Futurecast. This is the European model, so it's big picture. We don't have specifics. It's just a big picture idea here. This is Tuesday midday. And you'll notice that boundary that was kind of stalled nearby on Monday that gives us our Monday wintry mix chance and the rain to follow will start to retreat to the north, at least temporarily, heading into the day on Tuesday. So I do think the steadier rain on Tuesday stays to our north of I-70, north of Indianapolis, north of Columbus, Ohio. But that doesn't mean Tuesday is totally dry for us. We'll be in the warm sector, which means we'll climb into the 60s. And that also means we'll have at least that chance for a few showers from time to time. So Tuesday will have more dry time than not, but there will still be some showers to dodge. So that's Tuesday. Wednesday, that frontal boundary that drifted northward will come back further south. This will be Tuesday night into Wednesday. And there you see that rain axis is right over us. So that will give us higher rain chances on Wednesday. Right now, Wednesday looks to be mainly rain chances, but it's early to kind of sift out any thunderstorm concerns. But generally speaking, Wednesday just looks wet. Thursday, you're kind of you're getting close to that triple point, I suppose, with a low here to our north and west, front nearby to the north, cold front diving in from the west. That might keep the heaviest stuff to our north and west on Thursday, but even then, I think eventually we'll have another round of soaking, potentially heavy rain into Thursday. And depending on the timing of that front on Thursday, the cold front, I should say, there could be a higher thunderstorm potential Thursday afternoon and Thursday night. We'll watch that. Not a huge, severe concern, but it's there, so we'll pay attention. Friday, guess what? That front stalls out nearby. And this is all because there's a big dome of high pressure out in the Atlantic, way down that way. And that's just kind of clogging up the atmosphere. It's like as these fronts try to move through, this high pressure says, no, you can't. You got to stay up here. And that's what's going to set the stage for these repetitive waves of rain and storms, time and time and time and time and time again. So Friday, showers and a few storms. Saturday, showers and storms. Pretty good chance, it looks like, for rain and storms next Saturday. That's been consistent for a while. And again, this will be another cold front, for lack of a better term, moving through next Saturday. So there might be a strong storm concern with that. But you get the idea, guys. I'm not ready to say days are washouts yet, but the ground's going to get waterlogged real quick. So through next weekend, through next Saturday, I should say. So the next 7 days, the European model has the heaviest axis of rain stretching from Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas, Missouri, into central Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio. Whereas further south across Kentucky, those rainfall amounts are lighter. Where you see those yellow colors, that's a general 2 to 4 inches of rain according to the European model, which I think sounds fair at this point. Along the Ohio River, probably around 1 to 2 inches of rain. This is where things stand now. Obviously, this can be adjusted. Along the Ohio River right now, looking at about 1 to 3 inches of rain to be safe. And then even further south than that, for now, again, around an inch. So For the time being, the highest rainfall amounts next week look to be in Indiana. But this has wobbled a little bit. It's wobbled a little to the south. Now it's wobbling back to the north. So we still need to nail down where that heaviest zone of rain is going to be. And that's also obviously where you're going to have the highest flooding concerns, the river flooding concerns, especially over the next week. And you'll see on the 10-day, it does not stop there. We get into the early part of the second week of March, and you notice we still carry those scattered shower and thunderstorm chances. Now, I'm hopeful that as we get into next Sunday or maybe next Monday, we could get a dry day. I'm hopeful. I'm not ready to say for sure just yet. It's way too early, but I'd like to think we can get one completely dry day in there. Next Sunday or next Monday, we'll see. But as we get beyond that, watch March 10th and 11th. Watch that time frame. It looks like there will be another cold front rolling through. And that system in the 10th to 11th time frame is kind of raising my severe weather flags. Just watch that 10th, 11th time frame. Tuesday the 10th, Wednesday the 11th. That could be a little rocky. That's going to be the front that puts an end to the nonstop rain chances, but it's a powerful front. That's going to finally clean stuff out, it looks like. So with it could come strong to severe storms. So if you're looking for, okay, of all these storm chances, which ones could have the greatest strong to severe concern, I would say next Tuesday, the 10th, into the following Wednesday, the 11th. So right at the tail end of the 10-day here. Is where we'll have to keep an eye on that. And yes, I don't have the matrix. I don't have anything like that tonight. But on the backside of that system, around the 10th or 11th, it's going to get colder, and the opportunity is there for more flakes by then. So that's where we are at this stage of the game. 10th and 11th needs to be watched. But obviously, the next 8 or 9 days before that need to be watched too. So that's where we are. Type 2, if that all made sense. Type 2. We'll do number 2 tonight. I don't know why. Just felt like it. So tomorrow's looking pretty dry, but cooler. High of 50. A lot of you will be in the 40s tomorrow, but we'll go 50 here in the city. Monday, we're watching that wintry mix in the morning north of I-64. Main travel concern right now would be slick spots on bridges and overpasses. Most roads for now should hold up okay, but we'll see. We'll wait and see on that. And then it's all about rain chances every single day. Tuesday, highest rain chances are north of us. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday look pretty wet every single day. And right now, the most rainfall is expected to be in Indiana. Whew. Wow, I got that done in 20 minutes. That's impressive. Hopefully I didn't ramble too much. What questions, comments, thoughts, concerns, complaints, critiques do we have tonight? Let's see, still a lot of you commenting. Who's here? Who was here? Anita's here. Yeah, it was really nice today, wasn't it? Angie, hi. Weather Geek, I'm jealous. Back home from vacation. I could use a road trip, that's for sure. Nathan got the shorts out today. Hey, I mean, 68, not bad, especially during that warmest part of the day, right? Hi, Jeffrey. You're welcome for the update. Melanie, hello, up in North Vernon. Gloria, hello. Hello, Shonda's here. Yeah, Michael, I do think there will be a washout or two, like where it just rains all day. I'm just not ready to say at this point which day is like, or days, is a total washout. I'll say for now, the highest rain chances are Monday and then that Wednesday through Saturday block, which I know is not overly specific, but it's just kind of the pattern we have right now, or will have, where it's really hard to nail down exactly, especially in the long range, which days are really wet versus which days are more scattered, right? But yeah, rain gear needed. And if you live near a creek or a river, pay attention the next couple of weeks. Hi, ZK. How we doing? Paige has got some rain where she's at in Linden, and the sky is yellow. That was probably just from the sunset hitting those clouds in the right spot. Nothing to panic about there. But yeah, we've had a few showers already rolling through the city this evening, so appreciate that report. Hi, Glenda, down in Bardstown. Yes, it was indeed a gorgeous day. Hi, DJ King. How we doing? Jean's got rain at her house in Scottsburg, but at least it held off for a pretty nice day. I knew this would be a question. NTI Monday. I think the chances Louisville South for school disruptions are pretty slim. There could, well, I don't want to speculate. I don't want to speculate too much. I think if there's going to be any school delays or cancellations or virtual days, it would mainly be in Indiana. Or Indiana, yes, but also those of you north of 64. I think if we do have any trouble, it would be in those zones. But again, based on what I'm seeing at this point, I think a lot of roads will stay just wet for now. That can still change. By the time you're watching me tomorrow night, I may have a totally different message to share with you. But that's just kind of how I see things at this point. Hello, Adam. Got some rain up in Bloomington. Appreciate it. Let's see. Yeah, Anna, today was really nice. Tomorrow, not so much. And every single day. You know, I always try to be positive. I always try because you can't get through this life without being positive. At least we've got 60s and 70s with all this rain. I'm trying. At least it's not a cold rain every single day. So there's that. Let's see. Sprinkling up in North Vernon. Good deal. Thank you, Melanie. Everybody said everything makes sense. So that's good. Good. DJ King, yeah, is this going to be like, is Monday morning going to be like Thursday morning? It will be similar, yes. And again, what made Thursday morning kind of sneaky for you guys up there near North Vernon was the fact that the precipitation, mainly snow Thursday morning, it was coming down so heavy, it was pulling down the temperatures with it. So that allowed that accumulation to happen really quickly, not just on grass and elevated surfaces, but also on roads. And we'll have to watch that Monday morning. There are some models, some high-res models that indicate that possibility, but there's also some that don't even give us a flake Monday morning. The models are really struggling with this. So again, what I showed you tonight was, I felt like the best middle ground, which would feature maybe a light accumulation in the front yard or on the top of the car or on the roof of the house. And it might give you a few slick spots on a bridge or an overpass here or there, but it would not necessarily cause a sheet of ice on all roads. You got to remember, guys, I mean, our pavement temperatures right now are in the mid 70s. The ground is really, really warm. So it's going to be able to hold in a decent bit of that heat heading into Monday morning, which will really work in our favor to keep roads mostly wet, in my view. So similar setup to Thursday, but at this stage of the game, I don't think for now it would be quite as much of a surprise because we've been talking about this for several days now. So there's that. Hope that made sense. Glenda, that's fine. I understood what you said. I may not have liked it, but I understood it. Well, I'm with you. I don't like talking about this either. But as long as it all makes sense, that's good. Adam, that's a good point. All this rain will be good as we're going into spring with potentially keeping the drought in check. Let's hope it's not too much rain, but just enough indeed to limit that drought concern. Good question, Dale. Why are the European models more quote unquote accurate than the United States-based models? Well, it's a simple fact of resolution. The European model, the main European long-range model, has a better resolution than the GFS model. The GFS model is the primary American long-range model that we use. It doesn't have quite as good of a resolution as the European model does. So that slight difference in resolution, it's not a ton, but it is enough to make a big difference when it comes to the precision, I suppose, of what we show you on our maps, especially long term. A lot of the short term models, like the next 24 or 48 hours, are based here in the US, and they do great. But we do lag behind a little bit with our American long range model, the GFS, compared to the European. So, hope that made sense. Yes, Jason, March is coming in like a lion. Hopefully it goes out like a lamb. Yes, please. That would be great. All right. I see lots of twos, so that means everybody's in good shape. Can I make the rain go away? I could try, Shonda. I don't think it'll work, but I'll give it a shot. Scroll back up here. Almost done, guys. I promise. Good question, Todd. What are my thoughts on the Ohio Valley maybe having a more active severe weather season? I do think it'll be active, especially if you've got a trough west ridge east pattern like we have for the first half of March. It's just going to be a question of where does that severe axis settle down in that kind of a general pattern. So yeah, I do think it'll be active, no doubt. But it always is. It always is active in severe season around here. So just the nature of the beast. Good question, Storm Chaser Jason. This has been a contentious topic, if I'm being completely brutally honest with you here. For those of you that don't know, the Storm Prediction Center, I believe on Monday, is debuting a new hatched mark system that is going to indicate the levels of severity of whatever storms are coming. In other words, when it shows a tornado risk map on the SPC website, there's going to be 3 different little hatch mark zones potentially that are designed to show how intense storms are going to be, in addition to how much coverage severe storms there'll be. Candidly, I think it's confusing. I do. I don't. Our job is to make things clear and easy to understand for you guys. I think this new hatch system will make that much more difficult. And we're working on plans on how we're going to message that here on the stream and on TV. We will not make it that confusing. I can promise you that. But I do think it's a little convoluted. I don't think the Joe Q public on the street is going to really understand what those maps mean, what those hatch marks mean, I should say. So that's my 2 cents. And look, the folks at the Storm Prediction Center are awesome. Like, they're some of the most brilliant severe weather minds in the country. That's why they're there. But I'll just say it was a lot for me to digest, all this the new hatch mark system that's kicking in on Monday. A lot of you guys will never have to worry about that, but the weather geeks, the weather nerds, will know what I'm talking about. Let's see. A few more comments and we'll call it a night, guys. I don't want to keep y'all here too terribly long. Good question, Wendy. Will the rain make the potholes worse? Yes, because you'll get more water into those gigantic potholes. It's ridiculous. And that will allow some of those potholes to get larger and larger. So yes, do expect more potholes over the next couple of weeks. Let's see. Yeah, it's fair. I mean, yeah, a lot of folks do understand the SPC maps, but they understand marginal, slight, enhanced, moderate, high. That's pretty straightforward. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But when you add an extra layer of other intensity maps and hatch marks, I like clean maps. That's my thing. I'm OCD. I like clean maps. So when you add more and more and more layers on top of it, it makes my head spin. So, but anyway, our friends at the SPC and the National Weather Service are fantastic. They're wonderful. But I do think it'll be a little bit of some growing pains with this new system that's kicking in next week. But we'll see. We'll see. All right. I think we're good, guys. Again, I don't want to keep you all here too long. I know I've been yapping for a while. So yeah, a few showers tonight. Tomorrow looks dry. And again, we'll keep a real close eye on Monday's mix. You know, if it looks like it's going to be colder, if it looks like we'll have more road issues, then we'll have to put the alert day flag up. But I just don't see it at this point. But we'll watch it. Some of you will get a little burst of a mix Monday morning. For a lot of you, it'll just be rain, and a lot of it over the next 10 days. All right, guys, that's it for now. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We'll be back on TV tonight on Wave News at 11, and we'll do our live stream again around the same time tomorrow night as well. Appreciate y'all stopping by. Have a great Saturday night. See you soon. Bye.